I'm Michael Thompson, and joining me in commentary for this game this afternoon is local foodie at football games. He also works as a journalist for Next Media and Inside Sport, Clementino. Clem, welcome to the coverage.
Thank you very much for that, Tomo. It's a lovely afternoon. Worked up a bit of a sweat to get into the ground, but I think the players will be well confident to get through this heat. But it is quite muggy out there indeed.
So we'll go through the results from last weekend's game for both teams before we look at today's starting lineups. And Box Hill beat Melbourne City at home last week in a 2-1 win, whereas Moreland City lost 4-0 to Werribee City at home as well. It's more for Moreland City to lose in this one than Box Hill.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, in the last 5 games, you look at their form, and Moreland have lost their last 2, so they need to win today. And when you look at their squad on paper, they have a couple of players who have A-League experience, and you wouldn't put it past them to get a result today. But Box Hill at home, very very hard to get a result here.
We'll look at the starting lineups now for both Box Hill and Moreland. We'll start with the home team. So number 1, Yanni Skilos will start as the keeper. Number 2, the captain, Javier Morangos. Number 4, Theodore Aresti. Number 7, Delano Ferro. Number 9, Sergio Azagane. Number 10, Rowan McNamee. Number 14, Samuel Logonzo. Number 18, Andreas Milishadu. Number 22, Dennis Nielsen. Number 25, Jeremy Yoon. And number 27, Nino Lagina. And staying on the subs for Box Hill, number 13, Murab Sadeep. Number 19, Jamie Mamino. Number 11, Isaiah Joseph. Number 21, Ben Caballero. Number 97, Nashir Husseini. And as we turn our attention now to Moreland City, their starting 11 is number 7, Osman Koze. Number 8, the captain, Corey Thomas. Number 9, Jesse Macaronis. Number 10, Jacob Colosimo. Number 11, Apai Okuno. Number 18, Byron Figueroa. Number 20, Tobias Hegeli. Number 22, Chris Cristaldo. Number 31, staying in goals for Moreland City this afternoon, Kieran McDowell. Number 33, Connor Cass. Number 17, Matt Sproul. And on the subs, on the bench for Moreland City, number 15, Damon Bissetto. Number 12, Peter Constantino. Number 4, Michael Pavlidis. Number 16, John Saras. And number 1, Dante Thomas. And Clem, I'll get a quick prediction as we kick off here. Who have you got in this one?
As you know, Tomo, we're both local boys out here in the east, so can't let the bias slip in. But I reckon Box Hill will get a nice 2-0 win here today.
And I've got Box Hill winning this one as well, 2-1. It should be a very entertaining game as we kick off for the start of this game between Box Hill and Moreland City from Wembley Park here in Box Hill. And Box Hill is the ones to get the ball rolling early on, as we've got number 11, Okuno, now for Moreland City, and Moreland seem to take it away, and they're coming through the wing part. Okuno, tell us about Apai Okuno. You said to me off air as well, you're looking forward to the South Sudanese doing very well today.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo. It's great to see that there are boys like that. As always, you do see probably in some sections of the press, agendas get pushed, and there are political things that are written. But you always see boys like this, and there are a lot of that community that actually want to show that they can do well. And it's a wonderful story here. Was it in Brisbane? Was selected for the South Sudan, and in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers against Benin. So I'm pretty excited to see if he can bang a few in today.
And for Box Hill, great feel-good story as well as Javier Morangos is his second game as captain of the club as well. He actually was a little bit nervous leading the Box Hill side into last week's game against Melbourne City, but yet again he's got the trusty captain's armband on for Melbourne City, for Box Hill United, which is fantastic to see, and I know he'll do well leading this team out into the field today, as Moreland City is still keeping possession on their side of the pitch at this point in time, heading to the top part of the broadcast sides. Not our side, but just opposite the broadcast side where the benches are right now. And Moreland City are playing more of a defending kind of game at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo. And it's probably to be expected that if they probably try to perhaps outplay Box Hill right from the start, they might be caught with their pants down as such. So not too many surprises there, but I'm sure Box Hill will comfortably try hold possession for now.
So Cass has got the ball. He lobs it over to Apai Okuno. Okuno's got some space now. Can he get an opportunity, scoring opportunity, gone begging for Moreland City, but a great opportunity early on for the South Sudanese. Great save in the end by Yanis Galeros from Box Hill, and Box Hill now get away out of defence and through the midfield as Rowan McNamee now has the ball. He'll kick it long. Pressing hard was Pharaoh for Box Hill, and Connor Cass was the one to get on the end of that one.
And I hope we have a McNamee cam for you, Tomo. Is your boy, isn't he?
He is indeed. I did a game with Ryan McNamee a few weeks back at the Kingston City Oakley Cannons game. Very chivalrous guy, very friendly, very outgoing. He's got a very long-term future in the media, that's for sure, after his playing days are over, Clem. Moreland working with the back five at the moment. It's a smart idea from Moreland City early on.
Very exciting, I suppose, scenes earlier on with South Sudanese obviously forcing a save there and probably an opportunity goes a beating, but they look very, very composed at the moment as they just knock it around the back and try to build an attack from there.
A ball's being pressed hard now. Moreland, another opportunity. This is Spurl. Spurl could not keep the ball in, and unfortunately for Matt Spurl, he sees that ball going out, and it's a goal kick to Box Hill United. It's still 0-0 currently in the 4th minute of play here at Wembley Park between Box Hill and Moreland City. A lot of chatter happening out on the pitch right now. Scaleros is trying to find an opening, trying to find a free player. He goes deep broadcast side. Kept it in beautifully. Was Box Hill, and referee calls for a foul, and Moreland will be a throw-in actually. Ball going out the last second. So Moreland to bring it back in. 5 minutes in, Box Hill 0, Moreland City 0.
And Moreland City looking very threatening at the moment, quite surprisingly. I think we both tipped Box Hill to be on top of this one, but it's still early days, just about to approach the 5th minute, where we are in the 5th minute.
And the good thing for Moreland too is that they're trying to attack early because they know that Box Hill tend to sort of start slowly, in games like this. So I think with Box Hill, if Moreland could put a goal early on against Box Hill, it might put a little bit more pressure on the home side here.
Yeah, and looking at Macaronis now, he's keen to get into it. Obviously, he's got that experience at Melbourne Victory, Perth Glory, and Adelaide United, and it looks like he's playing more of an attacking role these days as opposed to that, I suppose, midfielder, centre defensive mid he played in the A-League. So, it's good to see him get out there, and he looks pretty hungry for it.
And Moreland City, you'd say, would be more possessing on the ball at the moment than Box Hill. More possessions happen with Moreland City at this point in time as Sproul get the ball now for City, and they're just sort of passing it back to each other. That's to Hegeli. He'll pass over now to Macaronis. He gets past two. Can he use that speed? Great work. Colosimo had an opportunity but blocked off by Jeremy Yoon, and Box Hill now, after the last touch by Macaronis, will get the ball back.
Yeah, and very good to see, obviously, Colosimo and Macaronis trying to, play a bit of a give and go. They obviously didn't work, but they look like they really trust each other out there at the moment.
We're seeing a good team with Macaronis and Colosimo sort of working in tandem with each other through the midfield, trying to get that loose ball over to Okuno as well, who'd be probably your starting striker for Moreland City in this one.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking like a pretty good front three at the moment, and they've started off pretty confidently. As we said before, early days, but Colosimo and Macaronis really... and it looks like as we speak now, Okuno's dropping into that central striking role as well.
Now, we did talk to a lot of Box Hill people around the ground before we actually started calling here as the ball goes in deep through Macaronis, and Okuno now will have the ball. We'll get back to that story shortly. Okuno will pass back to Spruill in midfield on the wing. Spruill goes down. Referee will call that a foul, and he will go to survey the damage. I was going to say, Clem, that we came in here together this afternoon, and we did ask the Box Hill staff, and they told us that this pitch apparently was in bad nick at about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. Driving in the rain throughout the course of the morning, I didn't know if we were going to get sunshine or if we were going to get a downpour, but the pitch is looking in top nick this afternoon.
Yeah, obviously all the non-Victorians will probably roll their eyes, but it's typical Melbourne weather. It was left the house this morning to actually meet up with Wade Decker for a coffee and have a nice lunch with you, Tomo. And it was quite grey, and all of a sudden the sun's come out. So I can see a couple of fans at the tuck shop now getting a couple of paddle pops into them, which is good to see. But no, it's definitely looking very sunny out there at the moment, and don't really envy those players.
Not at all, and it's pretty hot where we are too at the moment in the commentary box. There's Aresti. We'll get it out for Box Hill. He'll pass it off to Lugozo. Lugozo over to Lagina. Lagina over to Azagane. Azagane to McNamee. Box Hill now wanting to press deep. Great through ball there by Farrow. He's got Thomas to try and beat. And I think thankfully he's beaten him to the punch. And Box Hill will get a throw in. So Box Hill now about 25 yards from goal. They're trying to go deep here. What can they do? McNamee now. He'll pass it. Can McNamee cross this one? He can. But defence for Moreland City yet again shows how strong they are, putting the extra man back there. And it'll be a corner kick for Box Hill as they'll start to set up their potential set pieces for this goal and an opportunity.
Yeah, Tomo have done some hard work early. Don't want it to be undone now. Just got to keep their concentration for this corner, as it's a short one now.
Militia Do now over to Jeremy Yoon. Back to Militia Do. He'll try and keep it in. No. So an opportunity gone begging there for Box Hill, and Moreland will receive the ball. And Connor Cass will be the one to throw the ball back in for Moreland City. Moreland City would definitely want to at least put a goal on the board. They lost 4-0 to Werribee City last week. As we see, great stop there from Hageli from Moreland City. And bit of pressure, panic stations now for Moreland City. You got two up forward for Box Hill and kick the ball out of the danger zone. Lugozo will kick it back to Yanis Galeros, who will then find. I was going to say, Moreland City, they really need to show a bit more fight in this one. McNamee!
Yeah, definitely, Tomo. And it as we've said numerous times already, Moreland, and as they go through the attack here, trying to find Colosimo, even walking into the ground, it did seem like Moreland was suitably more prepared. They had their team sheet out earlier than Box Hill. And yeah, it looks very good early, but they just don't want their hard work to be undone. A very disappointing 4-0 loss in their last game. They'll be burning over that.
And a foul's been called, so the player down is Jacob Colosimo from Moreland City. Now, if you were Moreland City here, Clem, how would you set up this set piece, free kick, and a potential opportunity at scoring the first goal?
Just blast it. Just absolutely nah. I'll go for a Kuno. Tall player, can definitely hurt the keeper there. Just get it to him. I think he's very, very tall, and he can definitely do a job.
I think it's your boy Macaronis who's taking the free kick too for Moreland City here, and it's a wall of four at the moment for Box Hill. Now, where's Macaronis going to centre this ball? Do still miss the spray, though. Love the spray. If the referee had an opportunity to have one of those. Macaronis. He hits the wall. The ball goes back. He'll go deep. Goes left of the post. And two opportunities. Begging there for Moreland City and another goal kick. Smart idea from Jesse. Smart idea from Jesse there.
Probably could have made a little bit more of it, end up hitting the wall on second time. It was just a lazy sort of Hail Mary by the looks of it. Probably could have gone a little bit left, but you never know if you don't have a go. So, good try.
Free kick there for Box Hill. "12 minutes has elapsed in this one, and it's still 0-0. That's great opportunities early for Moreland City. Box Hill haven't really had too much for McDowell to save in this one. They'll begin to press now from this free kick. Farrow almost lost his footing, kept it. Here's Javier Morangas. He couldn't get a hold of the ball at the time. And Connor Castle will be the recipient to throw the ball back in for Moreland City. It's very interesting where every player or every team is right now on the table, Clem, because you've got Box Hill, who are currently in 4th in the East, and they're trying to keep in touch with, top place Eastern Lions, and 2nd place Langrowan, who, coming into the competition, the NPL 2 competition, have looked really strong. And then you look at the tandem of the table, you look at that side, 8th place Moreland City there. They're 3rd last, but, they're still on a very respectable 7 points.
I think that's why a lot of these diehard fans love the National Premier Leagues, whether it's the top division or the 2nd division or even State League. It's just so competitive. You don't know. There's always going to be a team that gets promoted or relegated or who's going to win the championship. So you just look at all the teams here. There is something to fight for. It's not like when you're down there, you just give up. There's always something to play for. You're playing for where you are next season. You're playing for, to stay up. You're playing to get promoted. So it's pretty exciting.
Looks like there was a foul opportunity for Azagane, and referees waved it off as nothing. So could have been a great spot for a free kick from 20 yards out. Referee saying no, but bringing it back in will be Javier Morangos for Box Hill.
I think it will be pretty, if they can get it to Azagani, who's also known as Sergio, I think is his nickname. I reckon he can really hurt them, but he hasn't really had the opportunity just yet. But just watch out if he does.
Ball goes deep. Colosimo on the end of that one to Macaronis. It's good watching a former Victory player like Jesse Macaronis down the pitch as well. It shows that he still cares about playing, even in the 2nd league of Australian football like the NPL.
It is an interesting one because I had this conversation a lot with people about A-League players going to the NPL, whether it's the 1st division or 2nd division, and sometimes we wonder, is it it is sometimes a little bit of a problem in Australian football that we do have players that perhaps probably just can't hack it at the top level, or perhaps they just get a serious injury and they're forced to drop down a division or two. But it just goes to show how important we probably do need a 2nd tier at the highest level for these type of players to perhaps play at a 2nd division, but that is still professional.
And it's good for a player, especially like Chris Crisaldo, who, was a Melbourne City youth player. He's at their academy, and he played a few seasons at Melbourne City. He's at a team like Moreland, who could definitely use a bit more firepower. And Chris Crisaldo can be very silky with his speed as well. Yeah,
definitely. A 23-year-old, he's of Argentinian descent. He's a pretty fast mobile player, and you can see he's had that experience with A-League clubs, and was at Hume City. He can definitely hurt. He can definitely hurt you. And he was the one I put a star next to his name because he's one to watch out for today.
He also did play 4 senior games for Melbourne Victory in that 4-year spate too.
I do remember. I think I saw him. He played against Celtic, that game that they didn't even put on TV. I remember that was probably the very first I ever saw him and properly saw of him, albeit it was a friendly in 2011. But yeah, it was good scenes there to see. A lot of those boys went on to play NPL who played in that game. So. Cristaldo, he's watch out for him.
It's also good as well because you look at the NPL Victoria players who then go into the A-League, like Kenny Atthew, for example, and then at times they'll thrive here as Ferro will try and run, really get an opportunity. He'll cross it over to Lacanina, to McNamee. Oh, McNamee! Opportunity goes begging. Good intent. Unfortunately, the ball spun to the right side of the post, and that's Box Hill's first opportunity gone there.
Moreland lucky to escape there. It was a brilliant build-up there. Nino, it was just a little bit too far for him, but your boy McNamee, just wide, and he really could have buried that in the bottom right corner, went a-begging on this occasion.
9 times out of 10, he would have buried that in the bottom right corner, and unfortunately, whether it's the sun in the eyes or he felt a bit pressure, he couldn't at that instant. So Moreland City dodging a massive bullet because I think the last thing they need is to put a 5th goal in 2 games in the back of it, or have 5 goals put in the back of the net for 2 games. Here comes Akuno now for Moreland City. Box Hill yet again putting the extra man back, and we're starting to see both teams press now in this one.
Akuno there, looking very dangerous. Aresti was to the rescue, cutting that ball out. And as we speak here, Colosimo through Akuno!
Here we go, second chance for Akuno. Can he get it? No, he can't. Great defending there from Box Hill. And Morangos will be the one to bring the ball out.
Watch out for Akuno. He'll definitely hurt you. And as you saw there, the combination again with Colosimo. And earlier we saw Colosimo and Macaronis, that front third again. With obviously Macaronis is dropping back now, but Akuno almost punishing them there twice.
We almost saw a sequence of potential goals there from both Box Hill and Moreland City as we tick over to the 18th minute. It is still 0-0 here at Wembley Park, but for a few minutes there, we're just seeing both teams show what they can potentially do when their front third actually fires.
Yeah, definitely. Tomo, we all thought Box Hill, they've only really had that real one chance there, and Moreland looking the more likely to score at the moment, and it's pretty exciting. It's actually been a pretty good first 20 minutes.
It's been pretty entertaining as well, even though it's 0-0 at this point in time, but it's good to see both teams firing early and trying to get that vital goal halfway through the first half.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo, both teams. It seems like Box Hill not too eager to get up forward, and now they do, and there could be a chance here.
So McNamee over to Azagane. Azagane with an opportunity, and he almost got it. Left side of the post. It was destined to go in. From our eyesight, it looked like it was about to go into the bottom left corner.
It looked like it was destined to the back of the net there. Nino, he also had McNamee to his left, but opted to go for the strike, and I would have done the same thing, almost punishing Moreland there.
Sergio Azagane, the Spanish Tunisian, almost getting the first goal of this game for Box Hill, goes left of the post, and unfortunate to say the least. Moreland City, again, dodging a bullet. Moreland City, though, I'd say, have been attacking more in this game than Box Hill, but the last sort of 5 minutes, Box Hill fired 3 vital shots that could have ended up in goals.
Yeah, it's interesting because you could say either team could be in front right now, but for some reason it's still 0-0 at the moment. Both teams have had chances begging. It seems like the problem for Box Hill at the moment is to hit the target. Moreland, with that one opportunity earlier with Akuno, who forced a save out of the keeper. But Box Hill, we've had a few chances. You've got to hit the target.
And as I was saying to Demir and Rowan when I did the Kingston City Oakley Cannons game as well, like midway through that second half, I had a feeling that there would have been a goal out of something. So I've got this same feeling here, Clement, that potentially there might be a goal coming not too far from now.
Yeah. As the chance go, we're going to score in a minute, and I think both teams would be chanting that right now, Tomo. Looking very, very good up front, just lacking that, that final finishing to really open the scoring, but no problems creating the chances.
Chances, just lack of urgency to finish that ball off. Box Hill, and Kuno might have an opportunity here. He did. Ball's back with Moreland City for a short time. Box Hill again try and break away with an extra man, and Moreland City through Connor Cass will throw it back in. Cass. He's been good for them this season. Cass over to Koze. Koze losing the ball. Box Hill getting the possession back. How would you rate both teams so far in the first sort of 23, 24 minutes in this game?
Yeah, I'd probably say Moreland City just edging at the moment, but as we've seen, Box Hill squander a few chances. They haven't had too many chances going forward, but Moreland, perhaps it is in Box Hill's game plan to just sit back, let Moreland have that possession for the start. But at the moment, it is pretty even, I think.
We've got a few games as well, which we'll get to as well throughout the course of the afternoon. I know Green Gully's playing as well at a Gully reserve, so we'll try and endeavour to get to those scores as well very shortly, and we'll tell you about the other games that are coming up on NPL Victoria's Facebook and YouTube pages later tonight as well, as Dandenong Thunder and Bentley Greens will kick off from 7 o'clock, and if you're in the mood to watch Kingston City versus Altona Magic, which should be a very interesting derby between both sides, 7:30 kick-off at the Grange Reserve, that's going to be chockers like it was when I saw Oakley Cannons Kingston City a few weeks back. Colosimo goes to ground. He'll get a free. Another opportunity here for Moreland City.
Similar to the first as we saw earlier in the match with Macaronis. It doesn't look like he's going to take it this time. It does look like he's given it to Cristaldo here to take it. And again, Akuno, big chance for him to get it. Now Macaronis comes.
I was going to say, if Cristaldo took it, you'd be the one who potentially be looking at Cristaldo because you know exactly what he can do from a set-piece free kick. But in one word, how would you describe Jesse Macaronis taking set-piece frees?
You put me on the spot here, Tomo. Let me get back to you.
Oh, done. Macaronis take the free here for Moreland City. Opportunity. He'll try and cross it into Akuno with the header! And it goes in! Corey Thomas is the man on the score sheet, but give the assist to Apai Akuno, and Moreland City get off the board here. 1-0 up, 24 minutes against Box Hill. Clem, talk us through that.
Second time lucky for Moreland. Macaronis, you just see that free kick there. Finds Akuno. Forces an absolute peach of a save. But then Thomas was there to just absolutely sweep it home. And you could see the celebration with Thomas and Akuno there. They love it. And Moreland, all of a sudden, hitting the lead. Box Hill, what have they got to answer for?
That's absolutely right, Clem. And if you look at Akuno, you basically put him on the score sheet too because it was a beautiful header. That was a great save, though, from Skilleros. Unfortunately, he couldn't get his hands to the ball as Corey Thomas just tapped it in for Moreland City. And now it's 1-0, and Box Hill are behind here. They're going to try and press and push like Naninoff now. And look at Moreland again. Again, they're going to put the extra man down back. So a free kick to Box Hill. Moreland City with the first goal through Corey Thomas.
Chance to get it here to Nino. Wonder if he can whip something up.
He crosses it in himself, and I think Azagane was the one on the back of that header, or tried to get in on the back of that header, and Lagozzo trying a bit of magic himself, and hits the cross, or skims the crossbar actually on the way up. But Clem, talk to us through that shot there, because for all money, that looked like it was just going to go in, but it just skimmed the crossbar at the last minute.
Yeah, apologies before. I did mean Sergio for that free kick, and yeah, an absolute, another chance again goes to begging for Box Hill. They'll go into half time if they don't score, wondering how they didn't score that. And now we've stopped for a quick drinks break. It is incidentally very hot out there, and we are certainly sweating it up here.
Would you like to be my meteorologist and tell me exactly what the temperature is potentially right now?
I'd have to get up my phone, unfortunately. Just give us a second here, Tomo.
Can do indeed. As we do, we'll quickly rip around to these teams for next week. So Moreland City will head to Epping Stadium next Sunday to take on Melbourne Victory, which should be a very good game. And Box Hill United, well, this will be the end of their stretch of home games because they're heading over to Lawton Park Reserve to take on Langwarrin in what should also be a very good game as well. And Langwarrin and Box Hill, they're the top four at the moment. Langwarrin is keeping in touch with the Eastern Lions, and Box Hill, at this point in time, have got an L next to the name, but at least if they can score a goal to get another point, or 2 goals at least to get the W, they might fall away here.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo, and I'll have that weather update for you if you want it now. It's 32 degrees here in Box Hill.
Wow.
Scattered showers coming.
I wish we had like a little radar thing next to us right here, which we can hopefully get for you as well, but apparently there could be rain here. I could sort of see some clouds moving over from where I'm sitting in Clements.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo, and there's a nice view here for those who haven't been here to Box Hill. Some nice apartments. We've got a nice football field there, very old school, and the goals are about literally 30 centimetres high. But it's a nice view up here in the grandstand.
So we're looking now at the game as well that's also being broadcast on Facebook and YouTube at the moment, which is Green Gully Avondale, and Avondale are 2-1 up, 40 minutes in as well. So 3 goals so far being kicked in the first half over at Gully Reserve. And Avondale 2-1 as we see Colosimo for Moreland. He'll pass it back over to Figueroa. Figueroa to Spruill. We'll talk more about Green Gully Avondale at half time, but for those who want to keep counts, that's what's happening. Hagaley and Moreland City pressing back.
Yeah, as I was about to say, Tomo, evident that Moreland City not too keen on really forcing it. 1-0 up. As you saw Colosimo, they squandered the opportunity, but was keen to just hold possession as they started again from the back.
I think Figueroa thought there was going to be space for Spruill to hopefully run into, but there was a wall of Box Hill defenders, so no avail. However, Moreland City will get the ball back through a throw-in, and it is Matt Spruill who will be the one to be the recipient to throw the ball back in. As he throws it into the box, good opportunity. I think this is Cristaldo. He's fending off 2 Box Hill defenders. He tried to go with the back pass. The back pass, not his strong suit.
Yeah, Cristaldo had an opportunity to go to Spruill there, who was open. Unfortunately, couldn't get there. Trying to sort of dribble his way past the defenders. Just couldn't do it.
We're seeing Moreland, they've got the ball still with they were about 25 yards out. They've now pressed back to midfield as the defenders press up. That's Hagaley over to Spruill. Matt Spruill, he's going to go for a cross, is he? No. He's going to have the ball passed back to him. He'll pass it off. Great pass. Oh! Penalty opportunity? No. No foul there at all. So, Box Hill lucky enough to get the ball back and a goal kick.
Yeah, Spall just putting a bit of mayonnaise there. It was never a penalty.
Clem Tito, my expert, my analyst, as he's been put this afternoon, which is fantastic to have Clem on board calling this one alongside myself. It's been a long time since we've been working together.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo. I do enjoy the good old days. I think the last time we ever got to sort of interview someone together was when A. Thompson was at Heidelberg. This would have been about 3 years ago, I reckon. So it's good to be back alongside you.
Oh, those memories. They never cease to amaze me a little bit, Tito. Spruill now for Moreland City. He'll pass it over to Colosimo, back to Spruill. And it's good that Moreland City, they're still keeping possession, and that's what they've done very well. Box Hill have squandered possession in this game, but Moreland City have seemed to consistently keep it.
Yeah, definitely. And it does look like Moreland just knocking it about. There's a bit of that, back to the centre, back to the wing off the on the Simpsons. So it's looking good at the moment for Moreland. Just very they look very composed.
Do you think they could park in the bus as well a little bit, just to keep the 1-0 lead a bit safe?
To an extent, I do think they've tried this right from the start, and it is working for them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after half time. Obviously, it's always a different ball game, especially with Box Hill. They'll be burning into half time. So we'll see if this game plan continues to work for them.
Well, we are half an hour in, and Moreland City still have that solitary goal in this first half. It's 1-0 at the moment over Box Hill United at Wembley Park. And it was a great tap-in from Corey Thomas for that first goal, but a great header from the South Sudanese Apai Kuno. So it was a great team goal that saw Moreland City get on the score sheet first.
Yeah, definitely. And as I was saying earlier, that first free kick of Macaroons, if you remember, Tomo, went straight at the wall. Second one, similar position to a Kuno, and what happens? A goal.
So Lakanina for Box Hill United. He's going to try and get through Spruill. He can. Opportunity now. Can Azagane get on the back of it? He can't, but Box Hill retain possession.
Again, Sergio with a chance there. Goes a begging. Spall was there. Just went over him. And again, Box Hill, another chance, goes a begging.
So close. Lakanina. Over to McNamee. Back over to Jeremy Yoon. He's been a bit quiet so far. Theodore Aresti. I haven't called his name too much this afternoon so far. Jeremy Yoon has the ball back. Over to Lugozzo. Lugozzo. To Yoon. And they're going to try and cross the ball over, which they've done successfully through Militia Doon. Morangos is the one who was bumped there. Moreland City get the ball back, and it looks like they were going to get possession back, Moreland City, but Box Hill managed to wrestle out from Moreland City's grasp.
Yeah, Box Hill. Now got to attack here as he goes to Nino. Your boy McInerney gets it. Now they've turned it over.
Oh, opportunity here, and Akuno, one-on-one with the keeper. Akuno, can he get there? Oh, no. Oh, that should have been 2-0. Clem, talk us through that right there, because Apai Akuno could have had the brace for Moreland City, and 2-0 lead seems like an afterthought.
Should have, could have, would have, but didn't. Akuno through there, and I just can't believe he's missed that. Box Hill absolutely out of danger there. As we were talking, looked like they were going to build up calmly, and all of a sudden Moreland just pounced. Quick through ball to Akuno. The goalkeeper, he'll be the most relieved man at the moment, not to be 2-0 down.
Yanis Galeros is counting his blessings one-on-one with Apai Akuno, and the goalkeeper wins in this instance. Not often we say that, Clem. Not often we say that the goalkeeper beats the striker.
Yeah, I think he did well enough to, I suppose, force Akuno to his left a bit. It was a bit of an awkward angle for him. Hits the side netting. Goalkeeper wins that one.
He tried to go on his left there a little bit too. As the ball's being pushed, here we go. Lukanina with an opportunity to as a gun and it hits the crossbar. Oh, the equaliser was in metres.
Another chance goes a begging. Hit the crossbar. Nino there. You would have put your money on Nino or Sergio to score that. And I just can't believe Moreland still lead 1-0. It's been a great game so far. I just can't believe it's still 1-0.
It's a fantastic game, and yet this is it's not what we're expecting. Arresti. We'll pass it back to Yanis Galeros. And yet again, Box Hill had another golden opportunity through Azagane, and the official on the sideline calls for Azagane. He's offside by mere yards.
I haven't noticed too many offsides today. Have you, Tomo?
I think this is the first offside.
Yeah, I believe so. I think, yeah.
35 minutes in, Moreland City still 1-0 up. Yet this could have been 1-2, 2-1. Yet it's still 1-0.
Could have been multiple goal scorers here for Box Hill. McNamee, Nino. How has it not been 1-1? I don't know.
Surely Box Hill are thinking they've got to get a goal here. They've got to get a Hail Mary before half-time. We've got 10 minutes before we have any additional time added, which hopefully we can bring to you as well.
Still 10 minutes left of normal time, but we just saw before how Box Hill, they almost tried to play like Moreland and walk themselves right into trouble as Akuno on the counter-attack. So perhaps Box Hill just need that half-time break to really think about what they're doing.
And do you think the weather's playing a bit of havoc as well for both teams out there too? Because as you said about 3 minutes ago, it's about 32 degrees, probably about 38, 39 degrees on the pitch.
Yeah, naturally, none of these players play football full-time. So it's very hot out there, incidentally. And we saw before they had a drinks break. So we wouldn't... I'm not sure about you, Tomo, but I don't envy them at all. I'd definitely rather play in the rain.
Yeah, I'd rather play in the rain, or if it was very, very cloudy. And great in-ball from Nielsen. Colosimo. Can Nielsen get on the back of this one? He can't, and Box Hill can get out of the danger zone for now. Oh, for a shot time, Akuno. He's trying to get through. Colosimo. Oh, and Yanis Galeros with a great save in the end, but Colosimo had the best opportunity from 20 yards out.
Brilliant save by Scaleros. As we saw there, Colosimo with a shot. But Scaleros able to hold it in the end. It looked like it would have landed to Macaronis, but he did well to hold it because that could have been dire straits for Box Hill. And
McNamee, he'll pass it over. Oh, Farrow equalises.
Farrow, what an absolute strike there he's through. We see the celebration just as on the other end. Scaleros with a save, and as we see on the other end, an absolute counter-attack. And Farrow with a nice little tuck-in the end.
No pun intended, but fair play to McNamee to Farrow.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good counter-attack there. Almost was still focusing on that save earlier on, and Farrow and McNamee, your boy McNamee, central once again.
So a 37th minute strike for Delano Farrow, and Box Hill have equalised it here. It's 1-1. Oh, we knew that we were going to get at least another goal before half-time, Tito, but I'm glad we gained one now.
Yeah, and you can't say they haven't deserved it, Box Hill. They had multiple chances, but struggled to hit the target. No wide chances. Couple of crossbars there as well. So Pharaoh finally getting the goal, and he had a nice dance to go with it as well.
A little bit of, what would you say, pop star? What kind of pop star do you think he's moving to, kind of, from that celebration?
That's a bit of a tough one because, I like my 70s Aussie rock, so, and rock in general. So, yeah, it's nothing like Peter Garrett, that's for sure, I don't think.
Be more like Taylor Swift, but moving on from the pop culture references, Moreland City have possession of the ball, and now for Moreland City, they're thinking, do we keep the 1-1 equaliser heading into half-time, or do we go at least for one or two more big opportunities to get up 2-1 at the end of 45?
It does certainly look like Moreland are content to just play the way they have started, and they've turned it over here.
As a Ghane, and fortunately for McNamee, offside just.
Yeah, look, I just want... Could we just ask the FFE to bring in McNamee, Cam, for you, Tomo? I think we need it.
I would love to see my boy McNamee. I want to see how well he goes, and he did well on that passage of play there, but he's hopefully get a goal for him because he's a fantastic young footballer, Rowan McNamee is.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo. As you said, he's a very good pundit as well, and not a bad footballer as well. So, can actually see more of him speaking into a mic.
Here we go. Akuno with an opportunity. He can't get the ball to Osman Koze, who could have gone the second goal for Moreland City, and Box Hill yet again can press out of the fence, and they're going to come broadcast side. Lacanina for Box Hill. The ball will be passed back over to Lagozzo. Lagozzo and Box Hill pressing the ball up forwards. Does not faze Kieran McDowell at all. Just trying to see who is up there. Can you see Clem from your eyesight?
What I was going to say before, we haven't called out Nielsen's name too much today, and he was the one who cut out that Akuno ball, but I can't quite make out who's actually on the ground here.
It might be Nielsen, actually. Could be Nielsen. As it's not. So I think the players now can have a great opportunity to just have a quick drinks break, and we might as well, as always, whip around the grounds just to see how other games are going. So for those who want to know, Avondale is 3-1 up against Green Gully at half-time. So 3 goals in the first half to Avondale. It was 1-1 at one point in time. Avondale with the first goal from Boland. And then Green Gully scored through a deflection. They get a second one through Boland again, 2 goals. And then Zinni scoring the third goal for Avondale. And so Avondale got a pretty content lead up at Gully Reserve so far at the end of 45.
Yeah, as we were talking about McNamee's efforts working as a pundit, spare a thought for Liam Boland. He's he's got his name into the limelight in the past, obviously in the FFA Cup, but he's also a pretty keen photographer himself, so he's another one to look out for and wants to, I suppose, cement a career in media.
Fantastic striker as well, Liam Boland. I've enjoyed watching his work as well over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, following the NPL Victoria closely as I have, as both teams now will reset 42 minute, when the 42nd minute, and it's 1-1. Who would have thought we would have had a game on our hands, Clemo?
Tomo, I'm just glad we snuck down the coals before the game and got the 6-pack of Mount Franklin. It's been an absolute blessing, to be honest.
It's helped us, kept us hydrated in the box, because at the moment I think it's about 41, 42 degrees. I'll get meteorologist Clemo onto how much degrees he thinks the box we're sitting in right now is.
Yeah, it does feel about 45, Tomo. I reckon it's quite hot up here.
So the fire ban?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, it's air conditioning doesn't seem to be any, unfortunately, but we'll survive for now.
We will definitely survive, and Box Hill will get the ball through Jan Escaleros, who will bring the ball back in from a goal kick. He'll kick it long as Agane with the header. McNamee tried to have his own little header. He'll get back the ball, though. Great pass over, and Joseph is the one to come on the field. I'm just trying to think who'd be the player who's come off for Box Hill United. I'll get Clem to examine that for me, as Box Hill will get the thrower back in. Delano Farrow will not be the one to bring it back in. Just trying to pinpoint who it is from afar. It'll be Samuel Lugozzo who'll bring the ball in. Lugozzo to McNamee. Try to be silky there with his skills. Box Hill get the possession back. And then Moreland City now will try and press out of their defence. As a great cut-through ball, Militiadou will cut it off, and Box Hill will retain possession yet again. Joseph, I think the Moreland City defenders are looking for, hopefully, an offside. Like Nanina! And Box Hill go 2-1 up. And it's Farrow who's actually the one who put the goal in the back of the net.
Farrow, once again, look, he loves it. Look at that celebration. And again, Nino, he's showing what he can do. It's a great goal. And Box Hill, you can't say they haven't deserved it. A brace for Farrow, a couple of near misses, and now Box Hill in the lead. Moreland City, what do they have got to say now?
Well, Moreland City looks content 20 minutes in when they were leading 1-0 through Corey Thomas. And yet it's been all Box Hill in this last 20, 21, 22 minutes of this first half, and we're almost nearing half-time, which would say one thing, Clemo, that you'd say to maybe 3 or 4 minutes of additional time in this first half.
I would also say your current tip is getting up, Tomo. So mine obviously isn't. I said 2-0 to Box Hill at the start, but 2-1 looking pretty good at the moment. But I doubt it will stop at 2-1. It just looks too much like an attacking game for me.
We might be seeing a goal fest here, Clem, and that'll be fantastic to see. As Macaronis presses the ball in, Akuno couldn't get on the edge of that, and Box Hill again. McNamee to Azagane to Joseph. He'll pass it back to Lakananina to McNamee. McNamee's got all the space in the world. Box Hill pressing! Does not faze McDowell in the instance. And Moreland City with possession. This is their opportunity now to press. Macaronis from defence. He'll run through midfield. He'll pass to Colosimo. It wasn't Colosimo, sorry. It was Koze. Koze to Akuno. And Box Hill get possession back. Akuno loses the possession of the ball. But Moreland City to get the ball back through Connor Cass, who will throw the ball back in.
It was the right idea there by Moreland going. It was almost like a nice little cheeky through ball there to Akuno. It just didn't work out, but it almost split the defence open.
You got to think though, for Moreland City, if you were Adrian Mathers, what would be the one thing you would say to the guys at half time and say what can they do in the last 45 minutes?
Yeah, by the looks of it, when you look at the way they can knock the ball, they can keep the possession quite crisply, and they've shown they can create chances. So if I was a manager, I'd be just banging it into them, albeit on the counter. And Farrow again is through, but the goalie sweeps out.
It was McDowell sweeping out there, but Farrow looked like he was going to run in one-on-one with McDowell and potentially could have had a hat-trick before the end of 45.
Would have been pretty insane seeing Farrow get a hattie. I would have loved to see the celebration on the end of that one. Hopefully a nice little cartwheel or something. I am pretty keen to see Farrow get a hat-trick now.
46 minutes have elapsed here, and Box Hill are 2-1 up. We weren't saying that 20 minutes ago. As they'll get the ball back for the throw-in. It'll be Lugozo. It has cooled down, Clem. Thank you. Great observation. I think the sun is, has gone into the clouds, which is a blessing for us and potentially a blessing for the players as well. So it's going to feel less hot at half-time when we'll get a bit of fresh air. For sure.
I think I did see a Melbourne starter pack meme, I think, and I think one of the attributes was talks about the weather a lot. So we certainly have done that tonight.
And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think, at all. As Cristaldo presses from broadcast side. He'll kick it in. Oh, it's Colosimo. Can he pass it back to Cristaldo? He does. Cristaldo with space. Blocked off again by Joseph. Joseph has looked really good since coming on for Box Hill. Colosimo will cross it in, but Box Hill again will have the extra man back there, and Sergio Azagane will clear it out. As the referee calls time to the first half. And we've seen 3 goals. We weren't expecting that when we went to the first drinks break. Corey Thomas with the first goal in the 24th minute. Then we had Pharaoh in the score a brace, and all of a sudden, advantage Box Hill United. So at half time, it is Box Hill 2, Moreland City 1. More with Clem and myself after this. We are back here at Wembley Park with a 2-1 advantage to Box Hill United. We'll quickly go through a quick of a halftime show here, Clem, if we can. What caught your eye in that first half?
Definitely our boy Akuno going forward looked very lively and hungry to get on the score sheet. Probably could have got on the score sheet on a few occasions. But also just the way Moreland were playing out from the back, just content to keep possession. It worked for most of the game, and they even had a few counter-attacking chances as well. But Box Hill was still able to get through and have a number of chances. So, and they were unlucky. We were saying for a while they were unlucky not to score, but now they have 2 goals, and now they fought back after a 1-0 deficit. So, probably well deserved at the moment. What I'll find interesting is to see if Box Hill won't let Moreland play that game again in this half. That's what I'm interested to see what happens.
And we'll quickly let you know where both teams are next week, with Box Hill United heading to Lawton Park Reserve to take on Lang Warren, while Moreland City will head up to Epping Stadium on another away trip to take on Melbourne Victory next Sunday afternoon. So the long trip continues for Moreland City as kickoff begins again, and Box Hill through Azagane to kick it off for Box Hill United as we continue this game. The rest of the games this weekend as well. So in about 5 minutes' time, Geelong and Murray United will kick off at Stead Park at 4:30. So big game for both Geelong and Murray United over the NPL 2 East versus West, the crossover round which we are currently in. Tonight, Goulburn Valley Suns take on the North Geelong Warriors at Shepparton's John McEwen Reserve with kick-off at 7 p.m. there. You got Eastern Lions tomorrow taking on Brunswick City at Gardners Creek with a 3 p.m. kickoff, which I think Eastern Lions will definitely be watching Box Hill's game potentially, because Box Hill could potentially cut the margin back to, I think, 2 points on the table. I'll be a bit more cloud-for-ritic, if that's a word, to talk about the ladder as it stands for both NPL 2 East and West. And then Monday, I love the Monday night fixture, Clem. Melbourne City, Bulleen Lions to the Veneto Club, and everyone loves the Monday night fixture.
We both love it, Tomo, going down to Bulleen, and we sometimes bump into old mate Joel Ferrucci there. He's probably munching on a Palmer before the game. Old Chuckles there, so he loves the Bulleen game. You could probably, we'll probably see him there on Monday night. He doesn't mind it.
He loves the trip down to Bulleen. Beautiful part of town.
I think a couple of years ago I played there, and it was a synthetic pitch at the time, so I really love going there. It's a good place to watch and play.
For those who have missed this game, we've seen a brace from Delano Ferro in this one, and Coy Thomas, the captain, scored the only goal for Moreland City. Moreland City were in front, and then 15 minutes, 2 goals from Box Hill United, and it's been Box Hill who have taken possession early on in this second half. As we see now, Connor Cass for Moreland City almost lost his footing. Thankfully, though, did not lose possession of the ball, because Moreland City will bring the ball back in through Connor Cass. He'll throw it back to Chris Cristaldo. He'll curve that ball in. Beautiful curve. Oh! And almost Colosimo scoring the equaliser for Moreland City, but a great cross in from Chris Cristaldo.
Yeah, wonderful cross there from Cristaldo, and it was Cass who instigated the whole opportunity in the first place. Don't think we've called too much of Cass in that first half, and in the end there was a chance goes a begging for Colosimo, and there was Akuno was shouting for a penalty, but the referee wasn't going to give anything.
Do you think he maybe thought there was a handball in that situation, or potentially something else?
No, I don't think so, to be honest. Playonski.
Box Hill with the free here, as Nielsen will kick it long. And a corner for Box Hill to be taken by, it might be, Farrow, the man who's kicked a brace in this game. We've seen a few opportunities from the corners from both sides. They've both gone begging.
He'll be looking for Azagani in this situation. He's looked pretty dangerous in that first half, and you could plan on his head for this one.
I was going to say, basically, kick it with your head, as they say to a lot of the players who tend to score through a header. He decides to go for the short option instead, so he'll pass it off to Joseph. Joseph. There is Pharaoh. Runs through, he's trying to kick the ball in, he does, and goal kick. So the last second, I believe it's his left foot, that was the one that was out. Great eyesight by the sideline officials. And McDowell won't have to be faced too much, as Moreland City will get possession back.
Yeah, just a little bit too much weight on that from Pharaoh, but he's been good today. Opted to go for the short corner. I'd like to see what the success rate is for short corners, but opted to go for it. That time wasn't successful. As the ball goes onto the roof, chaotic scenes here at Box Hill.
As they like to say, Clem, scenes.
We all love to say it, and shout out to Tom Frederico, who got me onto saying scenes a lot. So that was all you, Tommy.
If Tom is watching, hello.
Your old boss, Tomo.
Bit of a lull in play at this point in time for both sides. With elapsed 50 minutes in this one, it's still 2-1.
It feels like it's usually the case after half time. Coaches probably got into both teams to sort of iron out those those gaps, as you want to say, that led to those chances, especially with Box Hill sort of having a lot of really near misses. The Moreland coach probably just getting into them a little bit there.
Now, put on your coaching hat here, Clemo. What do you think Adrian Mathis would have said to the boys at half-time after squandering a 1-0 lead and letting 2 goals in 15 minutes?
You probably would have said that you can do this. You've had them on the back foot a few times. So if you can do that, keep it up. You're still in it. So they're good at maintaining possession. You just got to take your chances.
And then what about Con Karagiannis?
Yeah. Whenever you do get the chance, I think just hit the target. I think despite, again, Moreland sort of, being content and composed with the ball, when they've had the opportunities, Box Hill have been, probably wasteful, and they've had a few near misses. I think they hit the crossbar twice in the first half, and then we didn't think we'd be saying they'd be 2-1 up, probably about 20 minutes after that. So they can definitely hurt when they go forward. Just need to, have that final finish, and Pharaoh has proved to be the difference so far.
And Box Hill are the ones to get the ball with possession, and they did have possession, and Moreland City will get it back through Connor Cass, who will throw the ball back in. He throws that one very, very long. Just trying to see who it is. Cass, that was Colosimo trying to get through the defenders. Cass over to Figueroa. Figueroa to the captain, Corey Thomas, who scored Moreland City's only solitary goal in this game. And he'll pass it back to Higeli for Moreland City. Over to Thomas, as Thomas is at broadcast side at this point in time. Lost his footing a bit was Jeremy Yoon. Opportunity now for Moreland City. They had possession of the ball and lost in the end. And beautiful stuff from Box Hill, and now will definitely break away. It was Joseph there who was on the breakaway, and he's been on fire since coming on the field. Isaiah Joseph?
Yeah, he's been definitely influential there, Joseph. That final pass, just a little bit wayward there to give up possession, but you can. We've definitely said his name a few times. He's definitely had a massive impact since he's come on.
And Box Hill have looked a lot different with the way they've played since Isaiah Joseph has come on. So you could sort of say that one play doesn't normally make a team, but at this point in time, he's sort of made a difference, though.
Yeah, definitely. And as well, we can't forget the man who's got that brace, Pharaoh, and he's really loving it at the moment. You kind of see the smile on his face. He's really, really enjoying it. So at the moment, it's Box Hills to lose.
Akuno to Koze. Koze now fighting with Lacanina up there, right side of the post. And luckily for Box Hill, they've won this duel. We haven't seen much aerial duels either in this game either, have we, Clem?
No, we haven't. I think Moreland's goal is probably the one that really sticks out to mind, where Akuno got the assist, which landed to Corey Thomas in the end, who finished it. So I suppose if they can get it to Akuno, he can definitely threaten the air. He's pretty tall, and as we said before, when they were appealing for a handball, I think a lot of balls have just been a little bit too far for players to get to on both sides.
So you'd say Kuno and Azagane would be the two aerialists for either side in this one.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty keen to see Akuno just knock one in.
And you are very much looking at Akuno and how he goes, say, as a South Sudanese kid who's sort of making the South Sudanese community very proud with, being out there and playing great football this season for Moreland City.
Yeah, definitely. He's, as I said before, he'd be an inspiration, and it's a great story. He's come from Tripoli in Libya. And he's played in Queensland as well. So, and he's also represented South Sudan. So it's good to watch him out there at the moment. And as we can see, could be a chance here for them now.
Connor Cass with all the space in the world through midfield. Don't mind the headband on him either. Macaronis looking threatening. Can he get past Nielsen? He goes to ground, and Macaronis will probably get the free here as Cass threads that ball up. The ball will come back, and an opportunity now for Moreland City. They can definitely press in this one. They're about 25 yards out. Great opportunity for Jesse Macaronis to thread this ball into the box and for someone to get on the back of it.
Possibly, maybe a bit of a fortuitous foul for Macaronis, but earned it in the end. But perhaps here Kuno could potentially threaten here. Let's see what happens.
Now, we've looked at Macaronis over the course of the day, Clem, with set-piece free kicks. You say he's normally good at this sort of stuff, so we'll see what he can definitely do in this situation as the referee blows his whistle. He'll cross it in. Not a bad thread of the ball inside the box. Fortunately, there was probably a few too many Box Hill defenders, and Pharaoh's the one who goes down and will get the free kick in this one.
Yeah, again, it looked like it was Thomas in the end that went up there and almost got on the end of it for Moreland. So could have got a brace here. So another chance squandered for Moreland. And I'm just thinking before about Connor Cass. You didn't want the headband on him. There's a bit of Batistuta to him at the moment.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It certainly looks like a player maybe played for like AC Milan maybe in the mid-2000s or something like that.
As the referee shows the card to Nino Lacanina in this one, and he's the first player to be booked in this game, so he gets a yellow card for a rough foul.
You definitely don't see too many hairstyles like that in football. It's a bit different these days.
Oh, definitely no. You don't see the... we did have a chat off air as well before we actually came on air today as well, Clem. You actually got a fresh fade before we rocked up to Wembley Park this afternoon after a good lunch.
It was a good lunchtime. It stitched me up a bit there, but yeah, it was definitely a good fade. Definitely a good fresh cut. So it just needed to happen.
Good day for it too.
Very fickle weather for it.
Colosimo tried to get on the back of that one, but he had two Box Hill defenders to fend off and failed to do so. And Logoza was one of them. He'll be the player to bring the ball back in for Box Hill United. So we look now, 58 minutes gone, and Box Hill is still 2-1 up here at Wembley Park. We'll also keep an eye on the Avondale Green Gully game, and we'll give you that scoreline very, very shortly as Moreland City now will get the ball back for a short time. Can Cass with the hairstyle as you love, Clem, and the headbands. Thomas is the one who goes down, and referees call the foul, much to the dismay of Box Hill supporters.
Box Hill supporters up in arms there, and Joseph looked like he was on, hadn't the whistle gone. And I'm not too sure about that one. It was certainly off the ball. Thomas winning the free kick, the goal scorer for Moreland City.
We can tell you in the other game as well, Green Gully have scored a goal back in the 50th minute through Matthew Fletcher. So it's now 3-2 in favour of Avondale. But Green Gully fighting back a Gully reserve in front of their home fans as play returns here. Macaronis. That ball was going absolutely nowhere. Thought Kozak can keep it in, couldn't in the end. So Lacanina's the one to bring the ball back in for Box Hill United. He's going to be very careful. He's on a yellow card. That's the last thing Box Hill needs, to lose a player with a 2-1 lead. Macaronis, what can he do? He's fighting against two Box Hill players. Cannot win it, and Lacanina again will throw the ball back in for Box Hill in this one.
There's a player down here for Moreland. It looks like Hagili, and a few players, a bit of a kerfuffle going on here. Minor one, as the referee just needs to go and sort it. And Hagili's down on the ground. He's holding his face as play will be stopped here temporarily, hopefully. He'll be fine, Hagili, I think.
Hagili's back to his feet now. Referee is going to have to find the players who were in that little spat. Just have a quick word to both sides, just to let them know, just to calm down. Like it's a bit fiery with the game being so close. There's a lot on the line for both of these sides. Moreland City need a win to stay in the top 5. Box Hill want to stay with Langwarren. He's going to the coach of Moreland. He's talking to his sideline official first. So we Box Hill with the throw in, I'd say Clem. Referee's just waiting for the right moment to resume play. It's good to see no one was booked in that instance as well.
I was going to say, Tom, if no one's going to get booked, just get on with it.
Exactly. I mean, it's no fireworks until someone gets booked, you know?
Yeah, definitely not. And we're back underway now.
So play resumes after a little stop in play there. Gale's okay, which is great, because Moreland really definitely need him in the next 30 minutes in this game. Box Hill want to try and go deep, and Colosimo will stop that one. Ball's thrown back in. Again, a one-on-one tussle as Agane is in that one. Stops at Milishadu. He'll pass it over to Pharaoh. He'll cross it, and it will unfortunately won't go anywhere near the net. But it will go right at the post, and a goal kick for Moreland City in this one. And not too much to worry about for Kieran McDowell at this point in time.
Yeah, just a bit of a anticlimax there. Milishadu looking like he was going to create a chance, but Pharaoh just the cross was a little bit there. No one was ever going to get on the end of that one.
Lobbed it too far deep in the right post. Great header there from Colosimo to Acuna. Oh, Colosimo almost got on the back of it. And Lacanina will be the one to bring the ball back in for Box Hill United. So a minor opportunity there for Moreland City. Kuno tried to pass it off to Colosimo, and Colosimo just couldn't get his feet in the right position to try and shoot at it. Here we go, Macaronis. Moreland City now have another opportunity. He's got 3-on-1. Unfortunately, could not defeat the 3 defenders who were blocking him from going into the box.
Yeah, just at the moment, not too many clear-cut opportunities here, as we saw Colosimo before, with a chance to score or chance to at least threaten, but kind of just forgot the ball a little bit there after Kuno had a chance, and now Box Hill will just start from here.
Refresh and reset, Box Hill are. Ball goes deep. Wasn't actually a bad goal kick either.
Yeah, long ball there by Box Hill. I was wondering if it was just a long Hail Mary. In the end, Joseph went up forward and he's won the throw-in.
Well, it was good, though, because Scaleros knew exactly where to put that ball and where to place it as well, because there wasn't any Moreland City defenders on the back of that one.
Yeah, that's probably something that I suppose Mathers would have to have a look at. Just napping a little bit there, Moreland. And now Box Hill a chance here.
Pressing through Joseph. Joseph with a great cross over to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, we tried to see Milishadu try and produce something very interesting. Couldn't see in the end. McNamee. And what was that for McNamee? Goes straight into a wall of Moreland City defenders, and Moreland City now break. As far as Macaronis try to put it added space for Colosimo, and the ball again goes, but McNamee didn't have no idea where he was kicking that. He was not watching what he was doing. Just a quick through ball, and Moreland City's wall of defenders were able to mop up there.
Yeah, Box Hill, another chance there. And Pharaoh was right in the thick of it. Militia do with a shot. Kind of was an awkward spray in the end. But, man, yeah, and again, your boy McNamee, unable to make much of it.
Thomas now, the captain of Moreland City. This guy had no idea what he was doing there. Corey Thomas got the ball back. So Moreland City retained possession in this one as we're trying to contain ourselves in the box. Thomas will cross this over to the left side of the field. He thought he could find Kose. Cass with the 1980s hair metal look. Passed back to Thomas. Thomas's ball cut off by Pharaoh. Pharaoh, great work by Tallis again. And Box Hill can easily get out of there. Can they? They can just threading the needle as close as they can. And Connor Cass will pass it back to Kieran McDowell.
Box Hill looking a little bit rattled there for a second. Pharaoh probably could have tried to rush it a little bit, ran straight into a brick wall there. Pharaoh, he probably could have tried to go around him in the end. It looked as if there could have been a quick counter attack for Moreland, but Box Hill were able to contain thanks to Nielsen. So
Kose with the ball. He'll pass this one over to Cristaldo. Cristaldo with a great cross in. And Acuna almost in the back of it. Colosimo with the back heel. Cristaldo. And Pharaoh with the aerial duel there. And Moreland City will keep possession of the ball. And you can see now that Moreland City, they've been close a few times, Clem. They're looking like they're about to press again for that real short time. Now the chase is on. Azagane versus Matt Sproul. And Moreland City will win this one in the end as play is halted for substitutes.
Yeah, it looks just interesting to see as Colosimo comes off here and who's coming on. It looks to be Cesaris on here. Thank you very much for that. Tomo?
So John Saar is coming on for Jacob Colosimo, who's been threatening for Moreland City. Would have loved to at least have a goal to his name. But what can Saris do in this last 25 minutes for Moreland City to try and get them back in this game? They're only 2-1 down against Box Hill. 3 goals in the space of 25 minutes. It's been fireworks and entertainment here at Wembley Park. Is there a difference maker, do you think, for Moreland City, who can sort of put a little bit of a spark into this side to at least equalise and then try and go for the win?
It does look like Box Hill have things under control at the moment, and certainly look like, at least in the second half, they look very threatening and a few chances, and Pharaoh will be fancying himself for a hat-trick, I reckon.
Well, Macarooners had possession of the ball. Box Hill, for the short time, had the ball, and they're going to get the ball back through a free kick. A minor foul at Box Hill. I think Nielsen will be the one to take this one for Box Hill too. So Nielsen to lob the ball over to Azagane, and the official has put the flag up. Referee now sees the flag is up, and Azagane has been called offside.
Yeah, it was offside. Referee took a while to blow it, and then Moreland can go back here and play that possession game they've been trying to play for the whole game.
How many metres do you think Azagane was in that instance there?
It took a long time for the liner was straight onto it, but maybe the ref just didn't see it. So Moreland will keep going.
And they retain possession. Thomas, as they come to broadcast side here through Connor Cass.
He is pretty hungry though, Azagani, old Sergio. I'd be pretty keen to see him knock one in. He looks, he's just dying for that service.
Hegeli over to Thomas, who's had a great game. Scored the solitary goal. He'll pass it off to Connor Cass. Back to Thomas. And they're going to reset. Hegeli through the middle of the park for Moreland. Going through about 5 or 6 different Box Hill players in that instance. And they'll retain possession again, Moreland, through Thomas. on the left side of the wing. Over to Cass, back to Thomas. The Thomas passing this one to Figueroa. And they'll reset again. They'll head to the right side. They'll head to the substitute side of the field. Bit of space there. Okuno in a opportunity. Good cross, but thank you, Clem, for that. Clarification, it's offside.
Kuno there. I think he was one who was originally offside by the looks of it. Lino opted to put the flag up a bit late there, and Chansko's are begging there for Moreland. So, keep getting it to Okuno, I reckon.
I was going to say, the linesman did take a little bit more time, but 3 or 4 seconds more to get that flag up to signal offside. So I don't know if Box Hill were going to get it out there through their defence if the flag didn't go up, but that's a coulda, woulda, shoulda situation now. As Cristaldo will try and keep possession, and a free's been called again.
Desperation there from Box Hill to get the ball back and end up winning a free kick out of it. Now they can reset here. Moreland looking like they could have threaded there, but there was a bit of desperation to get the ball back, end up drawing a foul.
So Moreland City with their second substitution of this half, and Figueroa is the one to come off, and just trying to see who the player is. Clem, who's come onto the field. It is Bissetto, Damon Bissetto, coming on for Moreland City. His first year at Moreland City as well, Damon Bissetto. So Moreland making 2 vital substitutions in this game as we tick over to 71 minutes in the second half. I always like to say the second half goes a lot quicker in games like this.
I was about to say the same thing, Tomo. It felt like the first half was just action. Now it's kind of just died down a little bit. Not as many clear-cut chances, and probably expected that at the end of the first half. The coaches wouldn't have been happy with the amount of chances that were conceded.
So Kieran McDowell for Moreland City will pass it off to Cristaldo. And that's off now to Macaronis, who will pass it over to Bissetto, who's just come onto the field. First mistake from Damien Bissetto. Great duel in there between Kose and Ferro. Kose winning the battle there. As Cristaldo trying to keep the ball he's got. Again, Box Hill put an extra man back down there. Ferro, who's got the brace, trying to get through Bissetto, and Bissetto will throw the ball back in for Moreland City. As you can see, fatigue kicking in into Ferro. He's gone down on hands and knees for a short time. Back on his feet now. Cass. Ball was with Kose. Cass. Great save there by Jeremy Ewan. This is great dueling from both sides in the midfield, Clem, and this is fantastic stuff from both sides. You can see desperation on the look of both sides here.
And through here is Ferro, that you could just tell the energy was out of it there. So Ferro couldn't quite capitalise, but just then that whole lapse of just dueling. You could probably hear me having a nice little. I was pretty wowed by that, I must say.
You get excited by a lot of duels, especially through the midfield.
Yeah, definitely. Bodies crashing into each other. The ball just bouncing everywhere. No, it's not too bad.
And as we see, I believe it is Ferro who's feeling a few cramps at this point in time.
McDowell just helping him get back up there. He'll want to get the game going as quick as possible there. So McDowell just acting physio, I reckon.
I wonder if he actually will confer with notes. I don't see physio specialist on my notes here, Clem, at this point in time for Kieran McDowell.
Yeah, I don't. So it must be. I reckon he's got a bit of the nice. What do you reckon McDowell does? Do you know what he does with his for a living?
Oh, with the way the beard looks, I'd say he looks like he would make a mean coffee.
I was thinking the same thing, Kieran. He looks like he'd make a nice soy latte. Pretty keen to try one on a colder day.
Definitely, and especially for these players, they're hoping and praying that the cold weather starts to come, because we're currently in the middle of autumn, but it still feels like summer out here at this point in time. But I think the players are probably counting their blessings that, when we get to the middle part of this season, It's going to be winter. It's going to be a lot cooler. It's going to be a lot colder. You can have your soy latte. You can hopefully get Kieran McDowell to make you one.
Yeah, definitely, Tomo. Pretty keen for one too. I also enjoyed having Joey Katabian's coffees as well. Hopefully he gets back into the business soon because I quite enjoyed them as well on High Street.
Corey Thomas. I'm actually craving a coffee right now. I might get one after the game, actually, from the lovely staff here.
Can I have one too?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Macaronis to Thomas, who will run through midfield for Moreland City. Kose had the ball. Bisetto. They're trying to keep possession here, and they do successfully get through Joseph. So Moreland now, and that's Bisetto above. Oh, but a good defence there from Theodore Aresti, who we haven't said much of throughout the course of the afternoon, but a vital save from Theodore Aresti because you don't know what Damien Bisetto was thinking running into an open goal.
It has been a very, very good battle today between both sides, and you wouldn't put it past Moreland to get an equaliser here, but yeah, it's just pretty hard to predict how it will finish. 3-1, 2-2, 2-1. You just don't know. It's just been very, very entertaining. Actually, I've really enjoyed it.
Because we did say about the 28th, 29th minute that we were sensing there was going to be another goal in it, and long and behold, Box Hill put 2 goals in before half time. I'm just kind of sensing now we've just hit 76 minutes here, Clemo, and I think I'm sensing there might be a goal out of nowhere here from either side. Are you sensing the same thing?
I think you're right, Tomo, and I think it's going to go Box Hill's way.
Yeah?
I reckon... I'm thinking Sergio. Sergio's due one, so we'll get it to him and see if he can put one in.
We'll have a look at Azagane, and hopefully he can get you a goal, Clem, before you leave here this afternoon. As Moreland again will restart and refresh through Agali. Agali over to McDowell. McDowell will pass it over to the captain in Thomas. He'll pass that over, and I think he was going for Damien Bisetto, and a bit too high on that lob, and it goes out.
Azagani again, going back to him, obviously the Spanish-Tunisian, but he was born in Almeria in Spain. He's has had his fair share of teams in Victoria over his time, so he was in the Malaga reserves as well, funnily enough, so fair bit of experience there for Azagani.
As ball goes deep now and I think that's not your guy. I think that might be actually Joseph. I thought it was McNamee, but it's not, because McNamee's in my eyesight more so than Joseph was. My eyesight's not as good as it used to be, Clem, but we move on from these things. Nielsen. Cristaldo puts his foot out, but Box Hill will get possession back through Aresti. Aresti will cross this one. Farrow, he is onside with the official, and fortunately that shot does not faze McDowell in the slightest. A great roll into McDowell's arms, and McDowell can easily get out for Moreland City.
Box Hill fans starting to get into it a little bit here at Wembley Park. A couple of fans this year, getting stuck in, and Farrow, he definitely he ran the distance there, kept it in, but it was straight to McDowell.
So Gailey passing over to Cristaldo. Cristaldo now and they're going to try and go deep here to Kose. The equaliser was coming and just hits the crossbar and goes out. But Osman Kose almost getting the equaliser there for Moreland City, and it could have been a second goal. I was sensing there would have been a goal coming, just not to Moreland City, unfortunately.
Speaking about aerial duels there, Moreland City very nearly getting the equaliser, and Kose just can't believe he hasn't scored there. Moreland getting the ball in, and the goalie, Skiliros, is breathing an absolute sigh of relief right now as they go to attack again.
Wow. It's been a good game so far, and Farrow runs in. He beats Cass for this one. What can Farrow do? Can he cross it? He beats... Oh! Can McNamee keep it in? He cannot. But great dueling there between Cass and Farrow. Farrow almost trying to find the back of there for his hat-trick. But yet again, Connor Cass playing a little bit more of that defensive midfielder role, just perfectly putting him off. And McNamee, unfortunately, could not get his foot on the ball.
Unbelievable running there from Pharaoh Tomo. You just see that Cass could not keep up with him, turned him inside out, got past him, and Cass, I reckon, is off to 7-Eleven now.
Oh, you can't get anything better than the calling for myself and Clem today.
Definitely not, Tomo. Definitely not, indeed.
As I think we're seeing another substitution being made here. And it is Delano Ferro who's going to be actually the one to come off for Box Hill. Smart decision here, Clem.
Yeah, look, as we saw before, he looked very down and out, and we've seen in the last probably 15, 20 minutes he's been, running the distance, and we saw him before just collapse to the ground probably for literally about 5 seconds, but smart move there to just get him off and let him have a rest.
And Mo Sarip, the 17-year-old, will be the one to come onto the field for Box Hill United, who's a defensive midfielder and is playing his first year in the senior team as well. I think he plays for the under-20 squad as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so as well. He joined this year. He was at youth at Glen Waverley as well, and Nunawading City, so very familiar areas for us, Tomo.
Nunawading do breed some pretty interesting youth players as well who go on to play at other clubs as well, because Nunawading City going down to State League 1 this season.
Yeah, it's not good signs for down there at Marnie's Reserve, but hopefully Nana can get up there soon.
Now, we did touch on this. For those who have just joined us as well, you've missed out on a really good game, as we're 10 minutes from the end of the 90th minute and plus additional time as well. It's 2-1 Box Hill, but the pitch is looking pristine. And, imagine if the rain that we saw earlier this morning was still going to create havoc. Who do you think this would have favoured if we saw nothing but rainfall?
Definitely Box Hill, I think, Tomo. It looks like Moreland were pretty content to just, play a calm game from the start, and I think that favours more of a, a pitch where you can just pass it around nicely, and as we've seen, Moreland have tried to play that game, but Box Hill still come out on top here, but I reckon it could have been a little bit different.
I think Moreland now need a press, and they've got to press hard. They've got 10 minutes of normal time plus potentially 2 to 3 minutes estimate of added time to go in this game before we pull up the flags. Connor Cass will receive the ball. We're just seeing Moreland just slowly pass the ball around. Forgot to mention as well that Michael Pavlidis is also now on the field too for Moreland City as well. I just saw him in my eyesight as he's right to where we are, Clem, at the moment. So where's Cass going to go? Cass is going to pass it over to Michael Pavlidis, who will pass it back to Cass. Couldn't find Cass in the end. Can Pavlidis use his speed? He can. He can beat Azagane there, but can't get through Milishadu, who will pass it off. And Box Hill, struggling to get it out. Opportunity goes begging again for Moreland City. That would have been a fantastic effort for Matt Sproul if he can get on the back of that. He couldn't. And Lacanino's the one to get on the back of that one, but Moreland City to retain possession.
Yeah, Spall there. Probably just couldn't jump high enough. Probably was a little bit too far for him, as we've seen a few times today. Nino, was on the end of that, had it covered. He'll breathe a sigh of relief.
Box Hill serve there. A bit more pressure to the defence of Box Hill. They're going to put an extra man back down there to try and stop a Moreland City attack, because Moreland a few minutes ago came close to equalising, hitting the crossbar instead and going over the post. Box Hill, what can they do in this situation? Milishadu will get it out. Great through ball, good opportunity for Joseph. Ball unfortunately went past him, and another substitution now for Box Hill United.
Definitely help if they had the numbers up on the board, Tomo, to see who's actually coming off.
And I think it's Azagane coming off, your boy. Is it? Yep, Azagane's coming off. So sorry, Clem, you're going to have to be a bit disappointed leaving, unless could be Lacanino actually who could be coming off, which wouldn't be a bad decision because he's sitting on a yellow card here. The last thing they need is for him to be sent off. So if he's just cramps or if he's a bit sore, in the Achilles.
It does look like Sergio staying on the park, so that's a good sign.
That's a massively good sign. So I was trying to see who it is. So I think it is Lacanina who's going to be coming off for Box Hill. So a sigh of relief. So Azagane, he's staying on the field and staying on the pitch for the remaining 7 minutes of this one. And I think it's Nashir Husseini who's come on for Box Hill. We will double check that very, very shortly. So Lacanina comes off. It's Connor Cass through midfield for Moreland. It is, I was correct, it was Husseini who's come on for Lacanina here.
The number 97 jersey, Tomo, we don't see too many of those, do we?
Nope, Islamabad, born in Pakistan, moved to Afghanistan. He was at South Melbourne's under-20s as well. He did join Box Hill this season, but he is a South Melbourne product and he's a fantastic acquisition. He's still young as well.
Yeah, look, he's another one that's a good story, Tomo. From a football perspective, he was mentored by CT, Chris Taylor. And also he's come to Australia from, a war-torn Afghanistan. And stories like that, sometimes us, Australians who were born here, sometimes just don't realise how good we have it. And we see someone like Husseini who's come on the field and just enjoying his football.
As Pavlidis passed it to Akuno, back to Pavlidis. Pavlidis tried to thread the ball to Bisetto and, way in the end. So, unlucky for Moreland City.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning, Legozzo got that one away. And as I was mentioning about Hussein, it is a good story, isn't it, Tomo?
It is a fantastic story, especially being mentored by someone as high-powered in the NPL Victoria competition as Chris Taylor CT, who, fortunately, can't say too much how successful he's doing over at Oakley at the moment because they're struggling in the top-tier competition, which is a massive far cry from where the Cannons were and where CT was at South Melbourne a few seasons back.
Yeah, and we saw Oakley did actually get up last night against Heidelberg, which was quite a shock to me, actually, Tomo.
A definite shock, massive upset, probably the upset of the round so far. Connor Cass has the ball. Maybe Moreland City can have a massive upset here at Wembley Park. He'll pass over to Pavlidis, who will cross over to Sproul, and great defending from Box Hill. Great defending in the end. But a great cross in from Michael Pavlidis.
Once again, just a little bit too far for Sproul as he quickly grabs the ball to put it in the goal square. Sorry, not in the goal square, the 6-yard box.
Wrong sport.
Wrong sport, Tomo. Wrong sport. But yeah, Box Hill evidently looking to contain time and offside here for my boy Sergio.
I was going to say, Azagane, it looked like he was going to go for a little bit of a run and hopefully have one-on-one time with Kieran McDowell. Fortunately, that date has been cancelled by the linesman.
Yeah, he's been good today, the lino, and a few offsides there, Box Hill, and again another cross at just not hitting any targets.
That veers right away of the post. Scaleros will have no problems bringing that ball back in.
He'll definitely have a few problems just to milk a few minutes.
We're in the 88th minute here, Clem. 2-1. Box Hill still?
I think Box Hill still, and you said 2-1 before the game, so it'll be pretty exciting if your tip gets up. And I think Box Hill will get the chocolates here. They just need to maintain their composure, and I think they've deserved it ultimately.
They've been really good through the midfield. Up forward's been great too, like Ferro, who, played probably 78 minutes of fantastic football for Box Hill this afternoon. Sproul goes down for Moreland City. He'd definitely be your player of the day.
Macaronis just taking the free kick a little bit far too quickly there for Moreland, and Pavlidis was never going to get on the end of that one.
I might also, towards the latter part of this game too, Clem, I might get your best player, your man of the match, who you think is the man of the match on the field a little bit later on as we almost go into red time here. We've ticked over now to 89 minutes. Box Hill with a 2-1 lead. So Box Hill happy to keep the lead. They would love to at least get net one more to make it impossible for Moreland City to get any chance of 3 points. And that a handball for Bisetto. Accidental or not.
Look quite intentional from up here, Tomo. I think that's at least a booking, but referee just willing to just let Box Hill have the free kick.
So Bisetto is on the slide. It's Nielsen. Will cross that ball deep. McNamee and Joseph were there. It's a free kick going the way of Moreland City. And this is their opportunity now. We've ticked over to the 90th minute in this one. As McDowell just quickly boots the ball away. Akuno. Oh! I was going to say Aresti went to grounds. Akuno. Bascalero's awareness and all saves the ball before Akuno gets in. Akuno tried to go one-on-one there. Trying to block the ball, but not often enough happens.
Yeah, Aresti, I think, will breathe a sigh of relief there. Opted to go down, whether it was genuine or not. Referee did not blow his whistle, so I think he'll be blowing a sigh of relief there. Kuno could have been getting that late equaliser.
And Joseph, we haven't said how much good he's done. He's done fantastic stuff today, has Isaiah Joseph for Box Hill. As we are about to tick over now into red time. So this is now... Time has become of essence for Box Hill. Time has become of enemy for Moreland City. As the time ticks over 90 minutes, we don't know how long is left. So your guess is as good as mine. How long do you think will be left in this one, Clemo, as we go into added time?
Sometimes I don't even think stoppages. If it's close, it'll be like 5 minutes, I reckon.
Here we go. Opportunity now for Moreland City. Macaronis crosses into Akuno. Couldn't get on the back of it. Small almost had it.
What an opportunity there by Moreland City. Spall goes to the ground. Opportunity begging there. It looked like he just slipped in the vital stages. And Box Hill will calmly get the ball and restart here.
I think Akuno was 1 second too late. Sproul tried to be the hero and tried to at least tap it in with his right foot. He lost his footing at the last second. And Scaleros will bring it back in for Box Hill. As we tick over to 92 minutes now, Clem, this is vital stuff for Moreland City. They know there's not much time left. Hegeli will throw it to McDowell. McDowell. He's going to have to boot this long. Go long. He's gone long. Akuno with a header. Missed header there from Akuno. On the back there was Nielsen. Nielsen tried to be stopped there was Bisetto. And Box Hill away. Here is Husseini for Box Hill. And the ball goes through. Here we go. Azagane. And almost an opportunity. Azagane and Saras there. But McDowell with a great save.
Zagani with an opportunity there. I was pretty excited. Up in arms, he was claiming something. I didn't really see anything wrong with that. So, fair game here as Box Hill attack and probably try to milk the clock here.
Sarip for Box Hill. Can't get through the wall of Hegeli, who'll be the last person to touch that, and a throw in for Box Hill. And this could be the last opportunity of the game for both Box Hill and Moreland City. Box Hill want to set up for a scoring opportunity. Moreland City have just got to go man-to-man here.
Yeah, Box Hill, and I thought that would have been the final whistle there, but Box Hill still content, and they've lost it, and now a chance to go forward.
Moreland City, this is their last chance. Ball goes for Sproul. Is that a handball from Cristaldo? Referee says no. Sproul almost went down. Stays feet. Box Hill, get it out.
Crash, bash, final minutes, and Box Hill leaving the fight another day, but Moreland just won't yield.
Bisetto. One more opportunity here for Pavlidis. Pavlidis versus Husseini. Both men mercurial speedsters. This is potentially Moreland City's last chance here to get the 3 points. Connor Cass to Thomas as the linesman's looking at his watch. He crosses it in, and it looks like the Box Hill are going to survive this one. They need to get it. Oh, the flank's up! A free kick.
Could you ask for more drama in this game? Cristaldo possibly a little bit fortuitous to get that free kick, and the referee pays it. Grandstand finish here, possibly the last play of the game here, Tomo. And it'll be interesting to see if Macaronis, Akuno, can he get on the end of this if Macaronis takes it? But Cristaldo, he's won the free kick. Possibly a bit lucky, Tomo?
Very lucky indeed, and this is Moreland City's last chance, Clemo. I've said this a few times in the stoppage time, but I think this is the last time, and the Macaroons is going to be the one to take it in. Cristaldo's in the box. There's about 3 Box Hill players on the wall, waiting for the referee's whistle. Jesse Macaronis to cross it in. Oh, it almost was in there. It almost. Spoon headers it home. The equaliser for Moreland City. It's 2-2. And that could potentially save a point for him here at Wembley Park.
Unbelievable scenes here in Wembley Park. You just saw Husseini. He thought he got it away. The ball was in the air, and Spall eats it up. And the Box Hill fans here are absolutely crestfallen. 2-2 here at Wembley Park. We thought Box Hill had it in the bag, and now, can you believe it? The Box Hill fans are leaving. Unbelievable here.
Oh, we thought there was drama. We saw drama. McNamee, Husseini, and it's going to be a reset.
We immediately saw Husseini was just absolutely shattered, had the chance to get it that away. And Spall, the hero here, another one who looks like he'd make a mean coffee, Tomo.
Absolutely can. Husseini, this could be a Hail Mary for Box Hill. Husseini, can he cross it in? He's trying to keep the ball in. It's out. And it's out. And I'd say that'd be it. We're into the 96th minute of added time here.
This game's had it all. And it looks like it's over.
It's over. So Matt Spall's header cancelling out the brace from Delano Ferro in the first half. Scenes here at Wembley Park. What a anticlimactic end to this one, Clem.
Oh, Tomo, unbelievable. Your tip doesn't get up, but oh, mate, what a great game here. Spall again, but you asked me about who I'd say the man of the match was. I'd probably still go with Ferro. He was quite phenomenal. Even though he was spent, he kept going. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the win here, but this game, what a great game of football here today here at Wembley Park. And Box Hill will be wondering how they let it come to this. And club officials are shattered. The spectators are pretty shattered at the moment. But Moreland, perhaps you could argue whether they deserved it or not. They end up getting an equaliser here. And it was pretty unbelievable in the end.
We thought Box Hill had the game in the bag, and then Chris Cristaldo gets fouled in the 94th minute. Jesse Macaronis with a fantastic set-piece free kick cross into the box. Two opportunities, and then Sproul was the one on the back of that last header. Threads through the arms of Scaleros of Box Hill. And both teams shared a point. If I was Moreland City, I'd be pretty happy with this one.
Scaleros, yeah, just arms across in the middle of the field there. He looks absolutely devastated. Can't believe they've let it come to this. And as we can see, Husseini, he's looking down, just by himself at the moment. He doesn't look too happy. He's probably thinking about what he could have done more there. But it's hard to judge him. He's a young kid, and the clearance perhaps